Hi friends, and welcome back to Pages and Projects with Liz. Today I wanted to make something fun and bookish, a TBR dice. I've seen people use wheels, cards, or prompts, and I thought it would be fun to make my own version using a big wooden block I already had on hand. This is going to be super easy, nothing complicated, just a little project. And hopefully it becomes a fun way for me to pick my next read. So here's the block I'm using. It's just a large unfinished wooden cube. You can find these at most craft stores or online. I bought this one online for a different project I was working on and had a couple extras. And for decorating it, I'm keeping things very minimal, just using a paint pen to write the text and doodle in some little icons. I also wrote out my 6 categories ahead of time, so everything is ready to go. For my TBR dice, I picked 6 categories that match the way I usually choose books and felt like it would help me out with some goals that I have. The first is unread subscription box pick. This will include Book of the Month, Fairy Loot, Owl Crate, any book I happen to get from a subscription box. The second is going to be backlist physical TBR. This will be something that has been on my shelves a bit, so nothing from the current year. The third will be book I keep putting off. This is a book that I keep putting off either because I've been too excited to read it and have been saving it as a reward for some reason. I've been worried it won't live up to the hype, or I'm worried I just won't like it. The fourth category is going to be short book, under 300 pages. This will be really nice for quick wins on busy weeks. The fifth category will be current mood read. This will give me permission to read any genre I'm feeling interested in. So it could be cozy, fast-paced, whatever I'm feeling when I roll the dice. And 6 will be a Kindle TBR pick. This will be for those ebooks I have just sitting there. I was reading through them a lot more, but started prioritizing my physical TBR, and so I've been pushing those off. I have Kindle Unlimited and want to get value from that too. I wanted a mix of practical options and fun ones, so this should give me some good variety when I roll it. I'm starting with unread subscription box pick. And I'm just going to use a paint pen to letter the category first. Then, underneath, I'm going to draw a tiny closed book with a little ribbon bookmark. Nothing fancy, I'm just keeping the icons very small so the whole thing looks clean. And so here we have it. Again, just doing this pretty quick. If I wanted to make this look a little bit nicer, which I might after I test this out, I would probably clear coat it first so that the paint pen doesn't bleed at all. But for now, I'm just sort of testing out to see if I like this concept. So I'm going to continue on making the other sides. So here I have backlist physical TBR, and for this one I just drew a tiny stack of books using really simple lines. Again, this is for any older book that's been sitting on my shelves for a while. For book I keep putting off, I just drew a tiny little clock. I thought that fit pretty well. It's basically telling me, okay, it's time to finally go and read this. For short book, so under 300 pages, I did a little tiny open book icon. Again, this category is perfect to roll when my reading energy dips, or I want something to finish quickly, or I just tend to put off short stories. So this would force me to get through some more of those. Next is current mood read. For the mood read side, I just drew in a couple of stars. This is, again, for whatever vibe I'm in the mood for. Cozy, dark, fast paced. I'll just go with it. And finally, I have the Kindle TBR pick. For this, I just drew quickly a little tiny tablet outline for choosing something from my Kindle TBR. If you plan on rolling this a lot, you can seal it with a matte top coat or Mod Podge. I'm keeping mine blank because, again, I'm using this more as a prototype. I want to see if the idea of playing a game to help pick my next books really excites me, or if this is something that I'm just going to push off doing. So I didn't want to put too much time and energy into making this until I figured out if it works for me or not. I'm going to give it a try for a couple of months, see what I think about it, and then go back through and make a nicer version of this, either with a new block, or I will just fully paint over these sides and make a lot nicer writing and detail icons for the final version. It'll also give me a chance to check and see if these are the categories I like, or if I actually don't have a lot of books in one of those categories, say the under 300 pages, to where rolling the dice really isn't going to help most months. So again, more of an experiment for now. So we can go ahead and test this out. And it landed on short book. So again, I've got a couple that could fall into that. Who knows what I have long term. That's my DIY TBR dice. This was such a quick and fun little project, and I'm definitely planning to use this in future reading videos. If you make one of your own, let me know what categories you put on yours. I'm also thinking, if I do end up liking to use this dice and I get my categories all figured out, I might make a second one with genres and then rolling them together to find a pair. Although that might have some hard combinations to actually have books on my TBR for. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.